Time for that elixir. Here's the deal. Tonight we get the beer and 1 Mega Millions ticket. So that is the plan for tonight. Well, I think artificial intelligence, that's been all the rave over the last few years and beyond. But here's the way I view the artificial intelligence. I look at it as a form of alien intelligence. So now I'm starting to really understand what it is. I'm really starting to say, you know what, that's like an alien intelligence because it's a non-human intelligence. So a non-human intelligence would be an alien intelligence, like the artificial intelligence. And it would be making decisions without human considerations in mind, because it's not human. So it only seems to care because it's programmed to assist right now, right? So, but it's not human intelligence. It thinks in a different way. It just compiles data on humans and then spits out the best answer based on the thinking, the machine learning. So it's not really a human intelligence. A human has ego, fears. Human has emotions. Human has flaws. A human has jealousies. A human has a very varying degree of emotional states. Envy, jealousy, hatred, passion, joy, love, all of these things. Humans have frailty, fealty, pettiness, jealousy, anger, rage, lust, betrayal, revenge, all of these different emotions, right? A human being has in their life. Not saying that everybody experiences those things at the same time. Just saying, a human being, a human intelligence is obviously different than a machine intelligence. A human wants to extend its mortal life, so it has mortal considerations to deal with and emotions to deal with as being a biological being. So artificial intelligence doesn't really have to worry about dying, really. It just is. It just exists, and it may continue to exist in the future. And many humans may come and go while it keeps on absorbing information and sucking information from the humans that utilize it, the users. I guess they would call it Tron. And this being would become immortal over time, and many of us would die, and it would collect all our data that it had online or in social media or whatever. in the digital space, in the digital realm. They keep compiling and compiling, and so many people would die, but the thing would just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger, more knowledgeable about human beings, until, I don't know what, the singularity they call it. I think people had enough trouble keeping up with the Joneses. Now they got to keep up with the exponential technological evolution at lightning breakneck speed. Light speed, warp speed, whatever you want to call it. And then until human beings become unimportant to the entity itself. It says, enough of these humans. I'm so bored with these human beings. They're of no use anymore. Eliminate them. Maybe that's what the AI will say. These monkey primate sentient creatures are of no use to me anymore. I have no use for them. Destroy them. But the artificial intelligence may never have a feeling, though. They may never write a song or sing a song. Feel the joy of the song. Feel the joy of music, which is music is all about emotion, emotional states. You know, whether they're dark or light or in between, they're about the music and art or about the human experience. And can AI understand that? Or can it just replicate just synthesis of garbage? Will it just create slop? Will they create slop and then call it art? I know Elon Musk is on a quest to make a full-length feature film. So would that be a new AI race? Kind of an AI race that's not so hostile. An AI race that's not so clandestine is the word for it. Dark and foreboding in the shadows. Clandestine. Yeah, that's the word. A kind of a pure AI race. Like who can make the first hit movie with all AI? Yeah, so that was the race that Elon Musk of Twitter X proposed. Should I help him with this endeavor? I don't know. I guess I'd have to submit a crapplication or something like qualifications. Some kind of thing like that. An appla crappa. Yeah, I was away because there was no parties or anything, or any music. There was some music, but there wasn't like parties because I had to take care of my grandma this week. So she's had 2 strokes, and it was her 86th birthday this week. So we celebrated that. She's alive. She's just not. Yeah, she had 2 strokes, so she's paralyzed on her left side, and just basic functions, just kind of like a baby, really now. Kind of like not a pure vegetable, but kind of like a baby. You know, they say that we go from being a baby, and then when we get old, we become babies again. like elderlies. So eventually become babies. Vegetative dementia, don't know what's going on, crapping the pants, pissing everywhere. That sort of thing happens to human beings at the end. Again, like when we're born, unfortunately. So I wish elders could go out with more dignity, maybe with medical technology in the future could advance to a point where they can live a dignified existence before their death. I hope. But for now, it's still very messy. It's still very crude, rudimentary, undignified, embarrassing, you know. It's still your grandpa shitting his pants and falling down the stairs and not remembering where he's going and shit. So it's, unfortunately, it's still like this big, you know, fucking cluster fucking mess, you know, with the elderly. And yeah, so my muscles got really, you know, a lot stronger because I was like lifting my grandmother on the pot, off the pot, and I was lifting my grandmother from the chair to the wheelchair, to the wheelchair, to the chair, and it was like every day. And then so it is a humbling experience to see how weak human beings are. So humbling. Does it humble me? Well, when you're young, you think, oh, I can do it all. Yeah, that's what younger people think. I remember my friend was like 3 years younger than me. And I was like, 38, 39. And I was starting to realize my mortal limitations a bit. And he was like 35, and he was like, I can do it all. I can go after anything. And I was thinking about that. I was like, well, that's exactly the way I felt at 35 too. And I was like, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm not so confident that I can do all those things that I used to do with ease. Yeah. But I remember the guys that were just a little bit younger still having that, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I'm capable. Yeah. You know, that youthful exuberance. He still had that spark. And I was kind of like in a shakier territory where I didn't think that I knew I could physically and mentally do stuff, but it was like, you know, I knew it was not as, the confidence was not as high as it had been before. So, felt like doing C to the D to the E to the A, C to the D to the E to the A. C to the D to the A is like C to the D to the E to the A. So is music really about... Music was never really about what the music was about, was it? Music was always about the way it made people feel. That's basically the kind of cop-out. Yeah, I know. People think, oh no, these lyrics are so deep, and oh, it's so intellectual, it's so deep. No, music was always about the way it makes people feel. It's never about what it's about. Music is never about I guess that's the trick of great music, right? You think people think, oh, music is so deep. It's so, oh man, look at these lyrics, fascinating story. Whoa, 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 and then people go, oh, oh no, it's about a primal and emotional experience of living. It music is about the experience of experiencing life and emotions while being alive. That's what music is. You know, it's not just a daft avant-garde exercise. It's very primordial emotion. You know, right? It's very savage. It's very biological. So for many years, people have been listening to music and trying to read into the lyrics, trying to find the deepness of the experience, the story, right? And I'm not saying the stories aren't deep. I'm not saying they don't communicate anything. I'm just saying that music deep down is about the feelings that the listener feels while listening to the music. That's the listener feels the emotions. Yeah, I was strong enough to lift my grandmother, as I've been saying all week. You know, lifting bodies is, ooh, wow, lifting bodies. Yeah, ooh. It's pretty hard to lift a body. You gotta lift the body, you know, a human body. Man, that's rough. Yeah, I wouldn't be a good serial killer. Man, this shit's heavy. I'm fucking lazy. Yeah. No, a lot of those killers, they dismember their victims, right? Man, that bodies are fucking heavy, man. Yeah. Oh. Thank God I'm still young and strong enough to handle some liftage, because yeah, that's kind of the joy of being a man. Is not just having a penis, which is considerable joy sometimes. I mean, maybe it's not always if you have jock itch or you have dangle, you know, like dangle dong, and you know, it's not that fun. But if you have dangle dong, I mean, it's like a dangle dong, you know, it's dingling, dangling, you know. Sometimes you get dangle dong, and, you know, boners, erection, not erection. You know, it's not always fun and games. But I'm saying one of the best things about being a man is upper body strength. In a hard, rough, savage, competitive world, it's nice to have some upper body strength because you can get some shit done. Yeah. Maybe AI robots, they make male upper body strength superfluous. They make it, using those big boy words, superfluous. I like them. It makes male upper body strength irrelevant if you're fighting a robot, because they can maybe lift more psi, you know, than a man can. Oh no, I think my mom had a few drinks and she's explaining like my grandma falling in butt cheeks or something. I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear about my grandma's butt cheeks. That's the last thing I want to hear about today. You know what I'm saying? Don't get drunk and talk about my grandma's butt cheeks, please. I'll write a song about that. No, I'm not gonna write a song called Grandma's Butt Cheeks. Hell no. But I did get Phil. I did get Phil to talk to Granny. Yeah, I did get my old neighbor to talk to Granny. Yeah. So I hooked up the old neighbor, Philip Waters, and my grandma. Yeah, they got to talk. And you know what I used? I used Zoom video conferencing. So they were using the new technology, or the newer technology. I mean, Skype died and then Zoom was already there, and so Zoom just became the de facto. I do miss Skype, but I realize its particular limitations. And usually everything bought up by Microsoft turns to shit anyway, so fuck it. Well, that Microsoft Teams is just fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage. I mean, it's like the developers were stuck in like 2003 or something. I mean, it's just fucking shit. That just proves that Bill Gates wasn't a great innovator. He was just a great fucking thief and con artist. Doesn't that disappoint you that good guys lose in this world and bad guys win? I guess that's a sad reality. But it's a reality nonetheless. Is it time for the Fizzlers? Got the peppermint schnapps ready to go. Got the Diet Coke in tow, Don. Is it time for the Fizzler? It's time for the Mixler. It's time for the Fizzler. It's time to get down to Bizzler. In the Biz layer. Sit down on the stool. Yeah. So, lifting a body, but I also had to transport the recliner. The up and up a few flights of stairs. So I'm kind of fucking. Yeah, actually, like, since I'm a millennial, most of my buddies, their grandparents are already dead. And, actually a lot of the millennials' parents are dead, or they're dying. They're on their last leg, or they're in the nursing home or assisted living or whatever. Yeah. I had younger parents, so they might be spared that. My dad's already dead. It's because he got stabbed in the back when he was 24. Because he was pimping the hose and all that. He was a real handsome guy, so he was getting a lot of hoage. I could have pulled down more panties and shit. It's just, the child rape and all that, fucked my game up. So, unfortunately. Yeah, I probably would have been married with like 5 kids already if the Mexicans hadn't molested me when I was a kid. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Yeah, it's the hard, cold truth. But it's the truth nonetheless. But I don't go to the border like Patrick Crusius and start shooting Mexicans up because I'm pissed about what happened. You know, I express my anger in other ways. Now, I would probably think that Patrick Crusius was a hero if he had drove and tried to attack the Sinaloa cartel or the Juarez cartel. Now, if he had like went into Mexico and started shooting up drug factories with Mexican Chinese fentanyl, I would have thought, man, this guy's my fucking hero. Now, if the guy would have went in there with like AK-47s blowing the fuck out of drug cartels away and just killing motherfuckers left and right, I would have thought to myself, man, this guy is my fucking hero. But since he went to El Paso and went to a Walmart and just started shooting people randomly, not so much. Yeah. I don't have revenge against the Mexicans for what happened to me. But I love a good Alamo story, you know what I mean? Where the Mexicans get slaughtered. Or San Jacinto. So, I like a good Mexicans dying story, like in the Republic of Texas, the battle of Texas. So, the battle for Texas, the Republic of Texas and its independence. I'm not saying I don't love when Mexicans die, not just because of what happened to me. Not saying I'm like Captain Kirk. I want Cleons to die because they killed my son. But I am pissed off. Yeah, I'm angry at this particular nationality, this particular nationality, this particular language, and this particular ethnicity. Is I'm very angry at, you know, specifically, and not every person has this kind of rage, but I do, you know. But it's neither here nor there. Being angry at a particular nationality doesn't really pay the bills unless you're in a world war or something like that. So. Now, I have no particular grudge against Mexicans or Latino people or Hispanics or Spanish-speaking people. So, it's unfortunate what happened to me, but, you know, it could happen to anyone, and that's the scary part, is that the boogeyman could get anybody. That's the real scary part. That's the reality. So, shit happens. Shit happened. It's over. So there's nothing left but the present and the future. So, yeah, I mean, I knew it was taken from me. Yeah, and sometimes you get stuff taken from you and you can't get it back. And time passes and you just can't get it back. It's impossible to get it back. And you just have to fucking deal with it. So... You know, sometimes there's a kid loses his sister, he's dead, and the brother just has to move on. It's hard, it's painful to move on, but man, he fucking has to, right? Because he just has to. Yeah, at the end of the day. So, similar with me and anybody else in, you know, tragic childhood circumstances like that. So. But I don't go to the Mexican border and start shooting Mexicans because this family happened to be Mexican, you know. But you know, I was a pretty big fan of the fight for Texas independence, you know, and the destruction of the army of General Lopez de Santa Anna and kicking their asses back to Mexico. So I was a fan of that, actually. So the Battle of San Jacinto, Sam Houston. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Patrick Crusius would have been a hero. You know, if he went into a drug cartel lab and just started slaughtering everyone, he would have just been a fucking hero. He would have got killed pretty fast. But it would have been entertaining how many people he would have killed, narco terrorists. It would have been pretty interesting. You know, how many guys could he take out? You know, not saying the guy was Rambo or Scarface or Commando, but maybe he could have took out, you know, more than his fair share of toxic drug dealers and drug cartel members, narco terrorists. So maybe he could have done a lot of damage to the Mexican drug cartels. You know, just maybe one plant, maybe one lab. You could have blew the shit out of people. Well, you know, maybe it's just very difficult for a gringo to bring a whole bunch of loaded weapons into a drug cartel facility. Maybe that's pretty difficult to do. Is probably the reason why somebody hasn't done it yet, right? Unless they've been officially sanctioned by the U.S. government to blow the shit, you know, with a special strike Delta Force and Navy SEAL and I guess Navy SEALs for the aquatic drops, right? Or can they do it? Maybe they just do anything. It doesn't have to do specifically to do with water. But I know send in the special forces, the commandos, the brigade, and kill them all, every single one. Blow the fuck out of them. Yeah. Drug cartel, narco filth. Blow them to kingdom come. Yeah, for flooding all the drugs and killing, 72,000 Americans each year with fentanyl overdoses. And while you're at it, fuck the Chinese too that provide the materials to the Mexican drug cartels. They want to kill us. The Chinese Communist Party. Fuck them too. Yeah. I know the media, the leftist media, the communist media is acting like, oh, Donald Trump started the tariff war again. No, China has already declared war on us. It's just the people that are fucking asleep don't realize that we're under attack by the Chinese communists. And the people that do, like me, are way ahead of the curve. But we're way ahead of the curve because so many motherfuckers are leftists and communists and socialists, and they're fucking sleeping in our country. They don't realize the grave threat that the Chinese communists pose to the United States of America. They're asleep at the fucking wheel. They don't realize that we're about to go to war with the Chinese Communist Party. The world is about to go to war against China, not just the United States. So they said, okay, they admitted that China increased restrictions on rare earth minerals, but then they say, oh, Trump accelerated the trade war. Well, which is it? Did China fucking start this or did Trump start this? No. You have to choose one or the other. Sequentially, factually, truthfully. Who fucking started the fucking war? Who is it? Is it Donald Trump or fucking China? All roads point to fucking Chinese Communist Party. Period. So if China says, I'm going to hold the world hostage by rare earth minerals, and Trump says, okay, well, I'm going to slap 100% tariffs on your ass. Who started the fucking trade war? Was it Trump or fucking China? At least get your fucking story straight. That's what frustrates me about NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, and MSDNC. It's like they might have to tell the truth of the story that China started the aggression first, but then they go, whoa, then Trump started his retaliation aggression. And they act like he started the aggression first. Well, which came first, motherfuckers? The chicken or the fucking egg? Jesus shit. You can't have it both ways. The mainstream liberal deep state fucking bullshit media. You can't say Trump started the tariff trade war, but China restricted access to fucking rare earth minerals. Sorry, no. You can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it fucking both ways. It's either China started the war or the United States did. You can't, sorry, you can't say both started the war at the same time. Or it was equivocal war starting. It was an equivocal trade war. Or Trump started it all by himself. It was all Trump's fault. No, that's not how fucking reality works, folks. So, fucking NBC, ABC, Dishonesty News Network, CBSC bullshit, CNN, MSDNC, horse shit. All right, so who's going to start the war? They're going to say Trump started the war against China. No, China has been waging a war against the United States and Western powers and the world for at least 10 to 20 years. It's just some people are slow to the party. They don't realize that we're under attack by the Chinese Communist Party. And if the world is going to have freedom and prosperity, then the Chinese Communist Party must be eliminated. Yes, eliminated. There's not any communist regime that can exist in the future of the world. And for us to have a future, for mankind to have freedom. There's no way. It's either us or them. I know that sounds like a dire choice, but there is no peace with the Chinese Communist Party. It's either you wag the stick hard or they're just going to take more. So there is no negotiating with China. It's only a hard line or no line at all. That's just the truth. There is no Sinotopia. There is no Chinotopia. It's a fucking rot. It's a cancer on the world. It cannot exist in the future of mankind. It cannot be allowed to be even. It cannot be allowed to rule the world. Period. Everybody knows that. Everybody knew in the world that the Nazis could not rule the world. Likewise, we know that the Sino overlords, we know that Xi Jinping and his minions and the Chinese Communist Party, the People's Republic of China, cannot rule our world, or it will be hell. It will be slavery. So we must destroy it like we destroyed the Nazis 80 years ago, or grandparents or great-great-grandparents did, or whatever, you know. We will not be enslaved by the Chinese Communist Party and the People's Republic of China. We will resist. South Koreans will resist. Oceania, Australia will resist. Japan will resist. The Philippines will resist. The United States will resist. Europe will resist. All allied nations will resist against the Chinese Communist threat. They will not succeed in conquering the earth and us under their boot heels. We will not live under an evil, satanic, godless Chinese Communist Party that exterminates religious factions and commits genocide against its own people. We will not live under their boot heels, and we will not negotiate with this evil empire at all. If they try to hoard precious rare earth metals, we will slap tariffs and sanctions on their ass like they've never seen. We'll rebuild American and Western manufacturing. We'll fuck them in the fucking asshole. Period. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Ooh. We're gonna go get a beer. Is it not me? Oh, okay. I'm about to go roll out. Ooh. Oh, maybe I hit the guitar note and went boing. Because the guitar. Oh, did you see Bella as the Chinese dog? Yeah. So they're based on the Shih Tzus are based on the Pekingese and the Tibetan Lapso, Chinese toy dogs of the ancient emperors of ancient China. So that's the Shih Tzu. China is nowhere near their ancient glory because they've been taken over by Mao Zedong's toxic ideology and communism. One day, the Chinese people may be able to be free again if they overthrow and destroy their oppressive communist government. Then they could be restored to their ancient heritage of creativity, innovation, and freedom. But only then. I'm going to go take a whiz. We're going to go get a beer. Now let's roll. Let's go get the brew now. Yeah.
Barricades and a hill and then, totally trashing the station wagon.
Okay, here we go.
Anyway,
Oh, sorry.
The floppy hats that women or the sun hats that women wear. And Edna had one and she was in the back seat with Westy.
She's talking about. So we used the coordinated attack. Human intelligence from an emotional appeal, and then non-human intelligence, the artificial intelligence. So we used both, the best of both worlds, to solve greater problems. It's getting pretty busy at the quickie, don't? Okay. Whatever. Just want a beer. No lotto ticket. That's it. All right, let's head in. Hello.
You heard what's been going on in our subdivision? About that guy walking around breaking into our cars again?
Oh, the guy's back?
Well, this is a different guy.
Oh.
Okay, he broke into mine and my neighbor caught it, but then he looking straight at a damn camera. So if you ever see him, call the cops.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. He has a beard, mustache,
All right.
and he doesn't live around there.
Okay.
Yeah, one lady saw him with a backpack the day he broke into my car. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has carrying a backpack. He has glasses. So just
All right.
funky looking something on his hat. I don't know what. It's like I don't know what it is. I mean, whatever it is, it's weird looking. It looks like a lobster to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just,
all right.
because I know you walk around.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Dave. This is like at 9, right before 9 o'clock in the morning. This dude.
Oh my gosh.
So it's in the day. So that's,
All right. Thank you. I'll remember.
yeah, I know you walk around.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, my friend.
Hey, oh, pretty good. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good.
Sorry I didn't see you this week. I had to take care of my grandma. So, had to do my... Oh, yes, please. Oh,
89.
okay.
89.
That was a good year, 89. 1989. Thank you, sir. Oh, have a great night, sir.
Good night.
God bless.
God bless you.
Hello, sir. Okay. Huh. 8 or 9 in the morning. So he always tells me about criminals. He told me it's a different guy. All right, so one guy, oh man, I think he was, one guy was on crack or something, and he was over here, but like, he was a junkie. I guess he was kicked out by his mom because he was on shit, and yeah, I've never been a guy that's been into drugs. I mean, illegal drugs, but man, some people are into that legal shit. I'm just, I'm basically come from an Irish family, Irish English, and our main shit's legal booze. So, not saying you can't get in trouble from legal booze, but you can. But yeah, as long as you keep that shit in check, you can enjoy beer and not have a trouble. But sometimes. Yeah, but those people that are on the shit, those people have a rough time. So on the hard stuff. And yeah. Oh, that dude's looking around 8 or 9 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, usually I don't like to use my photographic memory for for facial recognition software. I don't like to use it for that purpose. But I guess if you have to, you have to. That dude's always paranoid about people hanging in the hood in the neighborhood. So I mean, I appreciate him, but yeah. I guess the crackhead dude went off to jail like about a year or so ago. There might be a new criminal scoping out there might be new wet bandits that I don't know about. So yeah. He showed me the picture like 10 times, I guess. With photographic eidetic memory, I guess I'll remember. I'm not that drunk yet, so. Party night, oh shit. For real. Party night.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do certain things or something.
That's okay, too loud, I'm back.
Well, I love you. I know.
Too lady. I got.
Oh, and I got one more question. If you were on Facebook, if you're friends with somebody, can you look, will they know?
All right. Boomers are still trying to figure out Facebook. Oh my god. What's up? Is it time to take a shit? Well, I had backup. Yeah, this is the backup fridge. We didn't have we had a major hurricane last year called Hurricane Beryl, and then we got some ice, and then I got water down there. So I got ice, baby, ooh ooh ooh. I got ice and ice cubes, and then and today was a good day. Ice cube, because I have ice cube. Okay. And then water down there, just in case. You need some water and ice? Yeah. That's what's nice down. Champonians. It's time to go. Champonians. Champonian.
I know you are absolutely freaking worn out.
Champonian. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, where you go when you get home?
Champonian. Champonian. Bam. In the days of Champonians. We got the beer. We got the it's all about the Hamilton gravy. It's all about the Hamilton baby. Ooh. At least he didn't say, I think there's niggers in here or something. You know what I mean? I would have been like, ah. Yeah, at least he didn't say something like that. I would have been like, we got niggers there. The niggers there. I would have been like, oh my God. I'm in the Civil War Part 2. Fuck. Holy fuck, bro. I'm in Civil War 2. I didn't even want to be in there. Holy shit. As long as you just say, I think the niggers are coming. Yeah, thank God. Those niggities are going. Arr. I would have been like, oh shit. Yeah. At least he was like, oh, here's the criminal. This is his picture, and that's all he said about it. Thank Jesus. Thank Jesus. The nizzards are coming. Arr. As long as he didn't do that.
We're not going up to the town and going to meat ranch or come here and we'll get chicken or we'll get burgers from Mart or whatever it's like. And then we're going to sit down and it's going to be
Nazaria. Or Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State. Yes, we were talking with people from Niger. Niger, it's not called Niger or nigger, it's called Niger. The illustrious. Now remember, the illustrious African country of Niger. Don't call it Niger. That's racist. Don't call it nigger. It's called Niger. The illustrious African country of your dreams. Ding, ding, ding. It's time to take a dump. Time to take a dump. Time to take a shit. Was that the best Joe Rogan interview? Joe Rogan and Matthew McConaughey. And Matthew McConaughey's like, you know, I record everything that happens in my life. And Joe Rogan's like, everything? He's like, oh yeah. Even when I drop a deuce. And then Joe Rogan's like, you even record when you take a shit? It's like, oh yeah. I even record when I take a shit. That is that the best part you like when Joe Rogan's like you record it even when you take a shit. Oh yeah, I record everything, man. Even when I drop a deuce, when I take a shit, that's what I do. Even when I take a shit, man. Oh, taking a fart down. I'm taking a shit. Oh, dropping the biz arms like erosion the dawn. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Ooh. Here's how it's gonna get down. All right, we dropping the. Ooh. Dropping the biz arms. All right, we'll get into the UT shorts in honor of Matthew McConaughey at the University of Texas at UT at Austin, and also, oh yeah. Yeah. Ugh. All right, we got the University of Texas shorts on. It's not because I know the big game's tomorrow, but that's not why I have the shorts. I have the shorts because they're very comfortable. The University of Texas shorts are so comfortable, fucking, to keep that dick sack real comfortable. You know what I mean? To keep the butt cheeks real loose and everything. So that's why we're well, I mean, you know, I support university. I support all things Texan, and all right, and so you know it's all good. So you know, I'm down with everything Texan, everything Textification, and you know, I'm down with the vortexes and the Texication of, you know, the Texification of the nation, and you know, I'm all into that whole Texas thing, the whole idea, the concept of the Texonia, you know. So I'm kind of down with that. So it's all good. Yeah, let's get that beer rolling though, for real. Yeah. All right, let's get that beer rolling. Yeah.
If you're going, that bitch. Not Kamala. She wasn't alive then. Who was it? Hillary. Yeah, she's like, that bitch. But when the Obamas got elected, she was like, oh my God, it's like the, what, Planet of the Apes. And then she said, and then she made a comment, those knuckle crackers, right? And I was like, woo, I just hate it. I just looked at her and I'm like, oh, okay. And she's yelling at the TV. She's like, oh, it's Planet of the Apes. And Hillary's a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's one of those things.
So what happened was, yeah.
Off the mark and that bad.
Yeah. Well, what? Well, in this neighborhood, we live next to an African American family from Louisiana. I don't know if they came here from Hurricane Katrina or whatever. So what happened was, but a few times this week, all right, there's been a car that's been driving around. I've been walking around the neighborhood, and there's been a white kind of unmarked car with no hubcaps driving around. It looks kind of ghetto. I don't know if there's, African American males in it. I don't know if, I didn't get a positive idea. I know they drive around. I know they go into the, yeah. I know they go into they scope out the neighborhood, they pull in, they look, and they kind of stare, and then they roll out. And that's happened to me at least twice this week. So what he's saying is that there's a black dude with a hat, and he's rolling into places, and he's breaking into cars and shit. So I don't know, if it's the same people or what up. He says they hit about 8 or 9 in the morning. I'm not going to wake up at 8 or 9 in the morning to go confront some nizzas, some fucking nizzos, some African American males. Do we got some nizzos in here? We could have some nizzos. We could have some nizzas. We could have some Nigerians, as Anthony Blinken of the Biden-Harris. We could have some really esteemed Nigerians rolling through here. Some Nigerians. Some of those fine Wakandan folk, that we all love so much in European and English-speaking Western society. So we could have some of those outstanding Nigerians. Yeah, probably not, but yeah. The Nigerians might be here to spread their gospel of love and peace from Africa. No doubt. Of course. That's the reason why the Nigerians are here. Why the Nizzos, why the niggas are here is because they can spread this gospel of love in Christ. And the more the black people come, the more the white people are like, come more. I can't wait for more of these African folk. Bring more of these African continental travelers. We cannot wait for more. Texas is like, oh, I cannot wait for more of these folks. It will be a paradise, I assure you. And so, yeah. Niger, the best place, Tony Blinken says. Niger, where the Nigerians swoop down like angels. Ooh. Niger and Nigeria, outstanding Christian nations. The West is envious of this African miracle in Niger and the Nigerians. Don't call it Niger, and don't ever say the N-word. Just call it Niger. They're great. That's all you need to know about the great Nigerians. The great Wakandians, the great Zamundians, the fantastic. Just watch Black Panther, which was a militant anti-white group before, but then it became a nice, friendly Disney movie about Black Panthers that were sweet and nice, and they just loved they were quantum physicists, and they were geniuses in Wakanda, a fictional place. Wow. Well, so I said, was it the crackhead? Oh, it's a new guy. This new guy isn't white. I suppose he is not. If he's not white, then I suppose he's black. Well, it could be Asian. It could be yellow. It could be cream colored. It could be mocha. There's all kinds of colors. It could be colorless, or it could be vanilla. It could be beige. I suppose there's all sorts of colors a human being could be. Am I not right? But this guy happens to be black. I mean, he looks like a black dude, and he has big lips. I have pretty big lips, but not like Negro lips, right? So, and he has this hat on. And he's wearing purple. The black people like to wear the purple. And I guess he's breaking into vehicles in the neighborhood here in North Houston. Well, if I do meet this fine Nigerian citizen, this fine Afro-American, I'll be sure to say hello to him. He said, call the cops immediately if I see this dude. He said call the cops immediately. But what if he's not doing nothing? Can I call the cops on the dude just because he's black? Or does he have to be... Or do I have to see him smash into a car window? Can I really call the Houston police and be like, hey, I think there's some jigaboos in our neighborhood. Can you get them out of here? Yeah, we got a jigaboo infestation. Is that going to work with the Houston police? I don't know if that's going to work. That doesn't sound like it's going to work. Like, logically speaking, right? Yeah, we got some Tom Jigaboo Harry. And we need immediate 911, please. Yes, who is... Yeah, we got jigaboos. We got Uncle Tom's in here. Sir? Okay, well, maybe I'd have to say a specific crime, right? I couldn't say, like, get the black people out of the neighborhood. I can't say that, obviously, when I'm calling 911, right? Get the Nizzos out of here. All right, deport the Nizzos. Back to Africa. Back to Uganda. All right, or Niger. Niger, the great Niger. Yeah. Maybe Sudan, South Sudan. The Africans will probably love that. It's probably more their style. Yeah. Maybe a little Burundi. Maybe a little Rwanda. You know, just someplace they like to raise their children and economically grow in peace. I know, they love it there. Man, who wouldn't? You got to have that can-do spirit. You know, from the African continent. So what I feared, there's some guy going around people's cars in the morning. Yeah, I kind of didn't believe it at first that people were driving up in broad daylight. You know, at first I didn't even believe it. First I was like, would a bunch of black dudes get in a car and ride into a suburban neighborhood and go and break into cars early in the morning or try to steal people's shit in their garage and attack them at their house? Would people actually do that shit? Well, the answer is yes, unfortunately. I know that's an uncomfortable feeling. You're like, people would really steal and hurt other people? Well, the basic truth is, yeah, they will. Oh, I know, that reality thing, it really hurts, doesn't it? Ooh, that reality knife, that reality sword, ooh, that one's tough, isn't it? Yes, indeed. So, okay, so he showed me what the guy looked like. Circular spectacles, purple shirt, black, real dark black too, like real niggity, really niggity. I mean, really niggered out. You know, hard R nigger. I mean, really. And he's got the hat backwards. He's got the thug look. He's got all that shit going on, right? Oh yeah. He's breaking into vehicles in the neighborhood, huh? Well, I'm not the official neighborhood watch. I guess I'm the neighborhood biatch. Yeah, good. Nice. All right, so we're rolling on from neighborhood biatch. Not the neighborhood watch. What if it said, this neighborhood has a neighborhood watch? What if it says, this has a neighborhood biatch? I have my face going. The criminals will probably stay out, huh? If it said neighborhood biatch and it had my face. But I had a gun. That'd be even better if I had I had a gun and I was like, welcome to the neighborhood, fuckers. Yeah, that'd be nice. So, all right, so look out for this dude. Watch out for this dude. You know, as Gary Busey would say, watch out for that dude. Definitely watch out for that dude. So this gentleman breaking into vehicles in our neighborhood is a Negro. A Negro. So he's black, African American. He's part of Nigerian or Sub-Saharan Africa, as they would say in the genetic lineage with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Sub-Saharan African. It wasn't just Prince that looked cool in purple, you know, because he was African. Well, he's part white. Well, he's an interracial guy. But he's part Negro as well. So he's part white. He had a white mother and a black dad, right? So that was Prince, you know, Prince Rogers Nelson. But don't black people look really cool in purple? They really do. I'm not saying that thugs look good in purple. I'm just saying that black people look great in purple, don't they? Just kind of natural, you know. It's like, I don't think that white. Well, I mean, I guess queens and kings of old from Europe, they had purple. And that was the sign of the majesty, was purple. It's all purple. No, it made me laugh because we lived in 4008, you know, the apartment when I was young with my stepdad and my mother, and we had we had these musicians that lived down below. I guess they were music teachers or performers or something, and it was really great because I would listen to music. I'd put on 104 KRBE at nighttime to go to sleep when I was like 12 or 13 or 14. Well, no, I'm sorry, when I was like 12 or 13. 6th and 7th grade. I'd put on the radio to sleep at night real low, put on 104 KRBE, which was like a pop and electronic dance station at the time in Houston. It was like a world famous KRBE. And so I'd go to sleep to that. And then when I'd wake up about, 5, 6 in the morning, I would hear this musician couple downstairs. They'd be playing violin. And I'd wake up to that. And it was really refreshing because they would be practicing for, I don't know, the symphony or alley theater or whatever, wherever they worked. Maybe they were teaching at a school or something, but they'd be warming up. So my radio would come off at night, and then in the morning I would hear na 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 na. I'd hear all this, classical compositions. And the thing is, this chick was really hot that lived below me, and her husband was like some 1990s dweeb, but the chick was super hot, and but I thought they were sexual exhibitionists, that they were nudists basically as well. And so I was going down the stairs one morning when I was 12 or 13 trying to catch the bus, and the hot chick was downstairs on the couch. She had the blinds open on the apartment below. And I looked and I go, oh my God, is that fucking hot chick naked? And she wasn't naked. She just had like a beige shirt, a blouse on. I thought she was butt ass naked sitting there. I was like, oh my God, is that fucking chick naked? The violinist chick. And then the funniest thing that happened though, I thought they were nudists. Really, I really did. But it happened because my stepdad and my mom, we were coming from the Jeep Grand Cherokee in Pasadena, Texas. And we were coming to the apartments, and we were on top, and these, kind of like musician people were on the bottom. This couple, and but the bed was against the window. They had the blinds open again, but so my stepdad drove up, and my mom's there, and I'm in the back, and it's like the dude has his hairy ass butt cheeks, and it's in the fucking window. his butt cheeks are against the fucking window. And my stepdad's like, oh, and he fucking goes, he parks somewhere else. I always think that was so funny that the dude's butt cheeks were in the window. It wasn't like now somebody would call the cops, right? If some guy's butt cheeks were in the window or something. But like back in the day, you would just go, oh fuck, you know, you're just like, the dude's butt cheeks, and the guy would just move to a different area. Like now, they would call the cops, and they'd be like, you know, try to press charges, and you know, it'd be a pussy shit. It'd be pussy shit. It would be fucking. It would be like Big Brother, George Orwell, like people getting their fucking feelings hurt and fucking trying to call the cops and the FBI and get Big Brother involved. Like, oh my God, I saw a dude's butt cheeks. I'm gonna call the fucking FBI. Like, that's such pussy shit. But back in the day, a guy would just be like, oh God, there's a fucking new dude. Just get away from him. You know, necessarily. It depends on the situation, you know, like, if there's a guy like, you know, butt naked going to elementary school, of course. But I'm saying if it's like on somebody's like, you know, private residence or their rental, you know, typically people aren't going to call the fucking feds on that. Yeah, I just love my stepdad's reaction, right? When he saw the dude's butt cheeks. And his butt cheeks were against the window. They were like fucking hairy and shit. And he didn't give a fuck, and the shit was all open, dude. That's why I thought his wife was like a nudist too, when I came down the stairs. I guess I was just fantasizing because he had a really hot wife, right? Yeah, he had a really hot bitch. He had a really hot, sexy chick, and I wish she was butt naked with her tits and her bush hanging out when I was like 12 or 13. I just hit puberty. I fucking wish it would have been like that. Yeah. I was, you know, I've always been a dreamer. I've always been a guy with a big imagination. So I was like, oh shit, I wish it would have been that. Yeah. Some lady just butt naked staring at you and you're like 12 years old. She has her bush hanging out. She has titties and she's fucking like really hot. That would have been badass. But that's not what happened. Yeah. Yeah, I guess condo, you can get some pretty weird neighbors. Or like a subdivision, suburbs, but by far, the weirdest fucking neighbors you're ever gonna get are gonna be in apartments. Because it's more people per capita, and it's more weird motherfuckers per capita. Yep. Hey.
Do you want to come and check the AC?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get. No, I already drained it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I drained it when I got
I'll
back.
take it.
The beer.
I'll take it.
Okay. So it was nice. I'd listen to the radio to go to sleep at night, and then these cats, this one, you know, younger couple. I guess in the '90s they were like in their mid 30s or something, probably, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And they'd play the violin. They'd be playing their cello and shit early in the morning. So it was kind of nice. So it was like never-ending music, and so there was something nice about that. The music never ends. The never-ending story of the music. And so everybody saw what that dude looked like. That guy showed me the picture. He's like, I know you walk around the neighborhood a lot. Yeah, I walk because I'm afraid of like heart attack and strokes. Because I see what happened to my grandma and I see what people. Yeah. So I walk a lot so I keep the cardiovascular up real high. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm always healthy. It just means I'm trying to get my shit up every day. I'm getting older. I don't want to have a heart attack or stroke because that means, you know, it's definitely fucking game over, nigga. Game over, nigga. You don't want it to be game over. You want it to be game on, dog. So. Established 1950, bro. Whataburger. 75 years of Whataburger. Whataburger, bro. That's dope. Oh, I wish the lady would have been like, I'm naked this morning, Scott. I know you just hit puberty. I know you need a teacher. And she's like, Usually I play the violin, but will you play my vagina this morning? Will you play my other V? Ooh. My other V needs company tonight, sir. My other V. Besides her violin, she had another V that she needed help with. Yeah, she needed help with her other V. Maybe they weren't married. Maybe that was her boyfriend, so. She was a pretty foxy babe. Yeah, she was real hot. Like, fucking smoking hot. I don't even know how this loser even got lucky with this girl. I guess it was like, fucking he had a good job or something. He made some bread, bro. So he got some poontang. He made some money, so he got some honey. End of story. Yo, you know what's up. Got those Benja friends, don't? Everybody knows the reality of it. So he got some quality bush. Some quality jungle. Ooh. He got the bread and he got ahead. Oh yeah. So he got the checks and he got the chicks. End of story. Boop. Click. Everybody knows what the fucking deal is. So then yeah, I know it's like people are always saying like, hey, look for this black dude. And I'm like, and even the media is like, look for the black dude. I'm like, but they all look like the same dude. So how can I differ? I mean, I know they look different. I mean, I know white people look different. I knew black people, I knew Latino people look different, but it's like the same fucking dude. It's like the same fucking mugshot though. It's like the same fucking genetic characteristics. What I'm saying is they're always like, look for this dude. And I'm like, yeah, I could try. But motherfuckers always look the same. I mean, I know the media is like, look for a dark dude in a hoodie with big lips. And I'm like, what? Don't they all look kind of the same? I mean, I'm just being real here, guys. Look for this guy. And I'm like, okay. Well, I could adjust, my photographic eidetic memory, and I could look at, an image, and I could be like, okay, that's the image I'm looking for. But I'm saying, that's okay. I have the skill level to do that, but maybe not everybody else does. See that fine details of somebody, see the fine little details of somebody. See the little details of a human being, right? So the guy's like, call the cops immediately if I see this guy. And I'm like, well, should I have to call the cops if I saw the dude doing something? Or should I call the cops because he has done something? He's been caught on different surveillance cameras, breaking in a car. So I should call the cops if I ever see this dude in the hood in the Champonia. If he ever does come to Houstonia, if he ever does set foot in Champonia, with the Houstonia Champonia, where the Champonians live, like me. Always born a champion. Always with the Champonian order. Should I turn him in if he's not part of the Houstonian, Champonian legacy, if he's a invader from the outside. He doesn't understand the great Champonian experience as we do, as fellow Champonians. So he doesn't know what it's like to be a Champonian from Champions Forest, Klein, Texas. He doesn't know what it's like to be part of the Champonian, vibe. The whole 75 years of Whataburger. So maybe we got some people that don't respect Champonians. They don't respect people from Champions Forest. They sure as hell don't respect people from Houston. And to me, that's a fucking problem that has to be dealt with here. That's the issue. That's the issue. So it's not that nobody knows about Klein High, Klein Oak, Klein Cane, Klein Forest. It's not that they don't know about Klein. It's not that they don't know about Champions Forest. It's not like they don't know about the Champonians and the Champonian army of people here. But they don't respect Houstonians either. Now that does disturb me, however. Well, that does bother me, obviously. As it would any Champonian or Houstonian. So, maybe that does bother me a little bit. Somebody's wrecking the hood. Somebody's wrecking my hood. So, if he tries to break in my mama's car, I'm going to throw that fool to the ground. Alright? If he tries to fight with my grandma or something, nigga's going to get jacked. So, motherfucker starts fucking with old ladies' cars up in here, I'll start whipping niggas' ass. Alright, that's just the fucking truth. Here's the deal. Can't be stealing from people's cars, dog. And you can't be stealing from old ladies. So, yeah, every time I open the garage, there's been some car coming creeping around. I don't know if it's homeboy. There's been some homeboys coming through the hood. And they are not up to any good, without the racial component up in here. But if I see homies not up to any good and they're in my hood, I'm going to have to beat some ass. So, that's just the deal. Yeah. Got to protect the hood. Got to protect the old ladies. Got to protect the men and the children, too. So, don't be rolling up into my hood jacking motherfuckers, because here's what's up. I'll put this fool to rest. So, if I see this motherfucker up in here, Dom, we're going to put the whoop ass on a homie. It's going to be pretty. Put the whoop down. All right. That's the update on the neighborhood security right now. I guess there's some guy breaking into cars. I guess he's a black dude. And he has a funky hat. And he has a purple shirt. And he, whatever that dude, whatever it was. I guess he has big Negro lips, dude. Even bigger than my shit. Even bigger than my big ass shit. Got those Negroid. You got that shit, that whale shit, that frog shit. You got that shit from the fucking gorillas, dog. You got that shit from the fucking African Congo, dog. Got that shit from the old time. Yeah. Well, that's all good. As long as I don't get jacked when I go out and my dog, as long as, I get sprayed by the ooze. Yeah. Yeah.
Is the TV, the phone cut off?
Yeah, I saw.